As crafters, we are all inspired by something we see or something we experience. So today is DIY inspiration, where we see something and we kind of recreate it. So, hi, my name is Cindy, aka Z9designs. So let's get shaky. DIY number 1, decoupage flower pot. The supplies needed include a Dollar Tree small unfinished vase, napkin, Mod Podge, and some flowers to put inside the vase. This is so easy. So last year I picked up this unfinished raw flower vase. In other words, it was not painted, it was not shiny on the outside, it was in its raw state. However, it was shiny on the inside. I kept it in my stash until I had this collaboration. Previously had done a napkin exchange, and so I've got more napkins than you can take a stick at. I found a blue floral napkin in my stash and thought it would be just perfect for this floral arrangement that I had. So I put some Mod Podge on the vase and I began laying the napkin around it. But as you know, because it is round and also because it had a rope-like appearance and it is narrow on the top and then it gets wider on the bottom, it was not going to go around the vase smoothly. So I decided to cut pieces of napkin and lay it over the vase, and that was much, much better, and it looked great. When I completed the process, I added some dried flowers that were pink. I got them for Valentine's Day, and I was so surprised how well they kept the color without me altering them. So let me know what you think about this one. And also, you can put another coat of Mod Podge on it, but I didn't feel that this needed one because the Mod Podge that I put on there was sufficient. DIY Inspiration is hosted by Lowly D's and Lady Red Crafting. These are super women who make inspired DIYs look easy, and they're also just really sweet women. The link to their channels is in the description box below. And there are others who have been inspired by something that they've seen, so show them some love. The playlist is in the description box below. So sit back, relax, and let the show go on. DIY number 2, Mackenzie inspired flower pot. The supplies needed include a flower pot, and this was thrifted, white flat acrylic paint, gold leaf rub and buff, and conch shell acrylic paint. And this is sort of a pale pink plant or flowers, and some Mod Podge. That is it. This is a Mackenzie herb pot that I spotted on the Perigold site. I had an old flower pot that was thrifted, so it was in my stash. And I thought the vase would look good with a Mackenzie style upgrade. And that was because the flower pot, the way it was shaped, wider on the top, narrow at the bottom. And it was pretty the way it was. It was white with pink, different color pink flowers and green leaves. I took it out and sprayed it with flat white paint and let it dry for about 30 minutes. Then I gave it one more coat of spray paint. And after that, I taped it off with some washi tape and painted those areas with conch shell, which is a light pink. Probably knows, why didn't she use some painter's tape? Well, I did not have any painter's tape, so I used what I had, and it worked out better than painter's tape. Why? Because I could reuse it until the project was completed. Then I removed the tape and put it in another place, so it would look, kind of checkerboard. I painted those areas pink and let it dry. Then added a coat of Mod Podge over the entire vase. Now it was complete, and I just added some lavender flowers in the vase, and the rest is history. So let me know how I did on this one. DIY number 3, a modern flower container. The supplies needed include clear plastic white bowl, a small clear plastic bowl, gold spray paint, black matte spray paint, E6000 and hot glue, a green flower, and some artichoke. They were full, of course. I was inspired by a bowl on a pedestal at the Perigo site. It was a wide bowl on top and a smaller bowl, or you could say a pedestal, on the bottom. So let's see how I accomplished this inspiration. I turned the wide bowl upside down, took the smaller bowl and adhered it to the large bowl using E6000 along with hot glue. Now, these bowls are clear plastic and they are from the Dollar Tree. So I was able to remove the tags, and if you look at the larger bowl, there's a little dot, where they probably cut it off when they were making the bowl, and that was on the large bowl and the small bowl. So I just lined those two dots up because they seem to be pretty much, it's not going to look crooked. So that worked out good. And I put some heavy objects on there. I think it was some jars of food. I let it dry for about 30 minutes. Then I felt it had adhered well enough. Then I took it outside and sprayed the inside gold and let it dry for 30 minutes. I turned it upside down and sprayed the outside matte black, and I just let that dry for about 8 to 10 hours. Then I brought it back inside and I styled it with a large green glitter flower and 3 artichokes. I think this looks modern and high-end. I displayed it on my coffee table and it is easy on the eyes. Modern may not be for everyone, but it can make any space look lovely. And it can be actually spray painted any color to fit your decor. And I think it would look nice, and I probably would do that in the future, to paint it white and the inside gold. Now, if you have liked what you've seen, please subscribe, like, save, and comment. Crafting is satisfying, but can be also challenging work. I always enjoy encouraging comments. And follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Facebook. And thanks for watching each week. I appreciate all of your comments. And remember, true peace of mind arises when you embrace the present moment with acceptance and gratitude. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.